Hello, YouTube. This is Rob with Elder Oak Productions back again with another beer review. And I was going to say craft beer review, but I'm not sure if we can call this a craft beer. We'll see how it is. But it's from Molson Canadian, and that's why I really don't call it a craft beer because, Molson is related to the Coors Light brewery, to Coors. And except Molson is the Canadian, they're mostly in Canada. So you have the famous Molson Canadian, which is very popular in Canada. But I've never had it, but I hear it's like an even more watered down Coors Light. So it's not something that I would really want to drink. But, they have this new Molson XXX Super Premium Beer, and it comes in a 12 fluid ounce bottle, and it's 7.3% alcohol. So that's that. Molson calls this the super premium beer, and it's a American malt liquor style lager, which means that it has a very high alcohol percentage. Also, Molson, from their tasting notes, they say that they use extra malt and hops in the brewing process to make this beer, and they claim it is also well balanced and smooth. So I'm a little skeptical about this beer. Maybe I'm turning my nose up at it a bit, but we'll see what happens. It is a twist off. But first of all, we got our trusty wine glass. So it is a twist off. If you could see from the bottle here. Yeah, those arrows usually mean twist off. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I want to embarrass myself on YouTube. Oh, nope. I just opened it like that. Oh, no. I smell it straight from the bottle. And I know, what, like I always say in all my videos, you cannot trust the smell, from the bottle or from the can. But just that instant hint of really cheap, watered down, lagered, cold, American style light beer just wafts out of that bottle, guys. So I really hope it proves me wrong. I hope if they're making it this strong, if they're saying they're using extra malts, I'm hoping that perhaps it's not just like a pale lager color. Maybe it's a little bit darker, but we'll see. And they said they also use some more hops too. So let's pour it out. Okay, not much of a head. The color is a kind of golden color, which is actually pretty nice. It's not like just that straight pale, just straight pale, thin lemonade looking yellow color that most of the cheaper light lagers are. Yeah, I just smelt this beer, and I don't smell any hops. No hops whatsoever. I just smell. It smells like a Coors Light. It smells like a Coors. It really does. It smells so. You can smell how thin it is. It has like this really thin smell. I want to say, just to give it a name, like just to be, a little, make it sound good somehow. It has it has like a crisp smell to it, that clean, crisp smell to it that you're gonna find in like the lighter lagers. I'm fighting to get like a word for this aroma, but I guess you have, there's like a very faint touch of hops that not much, you can't discern the hops really, but maybe just a faint touch of that smell that aroma in the background. Yeah, it smells like you would smell a typical light American lager. I really can't get any other aroma off of that. I would think that it would be something special. I mean, I've never had the Molson before, but the Molson Canadian before. But anyway, you're supposed to drink these really cold, right? I mean, that's what happens with the light lagers. You want to drink them cold because there's not much flavor to them anyway. So let's drink it while it's still cold. Very easy drinking. This is one of those beers where you can just easily knock it back, and then because of that 7.3% alcohol, it's just gonna hit you, hit you later. The carbonation, lots of carbonation, kind of has an apple cider, like a hard apple cider feel in your mouth, especially with that carbonation. That's what it feels like, and it actually looks like. There is a sweetness at the front of the tongue when you take the liquid into your mouth. It has that hit of like that, the slight hit of that bitterness that you might get from some seltzers, some club sodas when you drink them, and then once you drink it, the back of the throat, there's a very small hint of bitterness, but the back of the throat has like this really pale, it's like a very pale sweetness in the back of your tongue and the back of your throat after this, and it just kind of coats the back of your throat. It's like a pale, weedy sweetness. It tastes like they maybe brewed this with some kind of corn flake or just whole corn, or they added some rice husks in here, like Budweiser does. They have rice husks in their brew. The back of the throat finish is like a Budweiser back of the throat finish. It has that really weedy, kind of like yeasty back of the throat taste that comes from a classic light American lager. There is some malt. Very light malt flavor, but there is some malt. There's a little bit of malt. And the clarity on this beer is just unreal. It's just like extremely clear. It's unnecessarily clear. Yeah, it's a really clear beer. No haziness. Yeah, there's very little bitterness, almost no bitterness. I can see where the extra malt came in, but it really doesn't do anything. It's a very monotone beer. Okay, it's like if you it tastes like a Coors. It's like it tastes in between a Coors Light and a regular Coors Banquet beer, and I think that this is actually better than Coors Light and the Coors Banquet beer. It just it's an easy drinking beer, something that you can drink really easily. But again, be careful because with that 7.3 alcohol percentage, it's going to come back to hit you. I'm going to pour a little bit more so I can get ahead. Yeah, almost no head. Very, very thin head. Not even a pinky length. And, kind of, it's more of like a champagne head, right? Sometimes. That's what it is. It's kind of like a beer champagne. That's what it feels like in the mouth. Champagne tastes better. There's no acidity in this. But other than that, it actually does. You know what? That's actually pretty scary that I said that, because now that I'm tasting it, thinking of a very, very dry champagne with no sweetness, that's what it tastes like. A very dry champagne with no sweetness whatsoever. So, nothing more to say about this beer, really. It's really not that complex. I was joking before that's like a really dry champagne, which it is. I was saying there was no sweetness, but there's a little sweetness at the front of the tongue. The back is pretty. It has like a dry finish in the back that tastes like, it has like a yeasty and kind of like a weedy taste that I think probably comes from either brewing this with a lot of corn or a lot of rice, or rice husks, I should say, just like Budweiser does. And that's that. There's tons of carbonation. That's not necessary. But that's what we get in a lager, and that's that. If you want an easy drinking beer, in the summertime with a couple of hot dogs and burgers, and you want to just you want to knock them back and get really really buzzed with that 7.3% alcohol, then this is the beer for you. I don't think I'd buy this again, because if I want an easier drinking beer, I'll go with like a German style beer from Germany. I'll go with one of those German beers, and not something like a Molson from like a Canadian lager or an American lager. So that's that. So today we reviewed the Molson XXX Super Premium beer, which is in the style of American malt liquor. It's a beer style. It's a lager. 7.3% alcohol, and Molson says it's well balanced and smooth. I give them smooth. That's okay. I guess it's kind of well balanced, but um, that's personal preference. And I really don't taste many extra malt or much extra hops either. It's almost not discernible. It's like that much more they must have added, that much more to make it taste, more than what their Canadian tastes like, which I haven't tried, but I heard it's like a more watered down Coors Light, if that's possible. So I really don't taste much of that extra malt and hop. It just has that big vat brewed synthetic flavor that I just don't go in for. So I wouldn't purchase it again. There is a market for people will like this. If you are a drinker of Coors Light and Coors and Budweiser and the Molson Canadian, you probably will love this beer. But for me, who's a home brewer and who likes really nice craft English ales and stuff like that, I wouldn't go for this again. I'll finish the bottle because I'm not going to waste it. But that's that. All right, this has been Rob for Elder Oak Productions, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.